Hello, my name is Alistair Bain, and today I'm going to be presenting to you a video analysis of the recent USA vs Brazil U17 match from the Nike International Friendlies. So let's start by taking a look at the US U17 national team. We'll see from kick-off here that the number 10 and number 9 play in an advanced position with two higher wingers. We'll see the positioning of those guys in a second, but ultimately it's a 4-3-3 that the team plays within. And we'll see on the right hand side there's a higher winger with a lower supporting role, whereas on the left hand side there's an inside winger with an overlapping fullback getting round him. We'll see here as the ball works its way in transition out to the left winger. His predominant role was to drive forward into the space and dribble with the ball. The number 9 then in turn moved high and played on the shoulder of the last defender. And on the weak side, the right winger tried to stretch the back four by playing at his highest point all of the time. We'll see here his movement and his position into the box as a number 9 is to try and again stay on the far post. As we'll see here in a second movement, the full-back coming up to cross it in. And unfortunately they don't get that chance, but we'll see the position in his play moves forward here. Again, we'll see the left winger as he picks up the ball, wants to drive inside. I really like the number 9's movement here, in that he works off of that dribble to try and position himself. Right, it doesn't quite work out for them in this instance, but again we'll see on the weak side we've got a right winger there who's trying to stretch the play. So now when the overlapping fullback gets round, they've still got two bodies in the box and they've still got two people that can attack the ball. Okay, we'll see here on the right hand side as well, there's a little overload that happened a couple of times with the 10 and the 9 playing in that same channel, and now we get the runners in behind both of them. So on the right hand side, obviously we have the high right winger, and then the left hand side we have that lower position player joining play late on. So as we can see here, that overload happened by the number 8 getting in behind the midfield line, playing next to the 9, and then the 2 and the 7 supporting on the outside channel. Okay, we'll see it in this phase here as the goalkeeper plays it out to the number 9, right, who's actually now moved out to the right wing. The 11's moved into a 9 position and the number 7's all the way over on the opposite side. We'll see here that his height gave him an advantage to win possession, and now they could try and forge that overload. So as we'll see here, they break the lines. Right, this is the number 8 that was positioned in that graphic. Breaks the lines into the 9, spare man is on the outside, number 2. It doesn't quite work out for them, so they build it again, they add in another player now. Okay, so another midfielder comes over, adds in, makes it a 5 versus 4. Now when they create that combination play, it's a 2 versus 1 on the outside now, so they're able to again break the line and get the full-back high and into a crossing position. Okay, they're unfortunate, it takes a little deflection and now it forces it into that sort of collision between the two, but ultimately they're getting themselves higher on the outside. Number 9 on the right wing here, excellent movement. Rather than just running the channel, he runs inside of his marker, right, which now gives the fullback a decision whether to press the ball or stay with his man. He does neither there, so it allows the 9 to get in behind him. Very, very smart play. And then now the little technical number 11 coming inside is able to get a shot off. Okay, so we'll see here defensively, right, so we mentioned earlier that asymmetrical shape of a low left winger, high right winger. Now they almost press in a front two. Right, we'll see on the right hand side here, the right winger gets high to press their fullback, and our right winger goes and presses the centre back. At least 3v3 in the back half, and as we'll see here, there's a little bit of a mishap, a little bit of misunderstanding on who's going to attack the ball. But what really impressed me was look how quickly they get back into that back 4 two-man defensive screen shape as quickly as they did. We'll see here in this clip though that they didn't always press high. They were at times that they sat in a low block. I mean, this one in particular in their own half. Line of confrontations, the half line. Now they pick up second balls and they're able to counter-attack against 3. Right, so it was 3 versus 3 in their attacking half. We perhaps slowed down a little bit there, the right winger. I'd like to see him take that attacking touch, but at the same time a terrific defensive play. So let's shift our attention now to the Brazil U17 national team. We'll see from kick-off here that they set up in a 4-3-3 shape with a deeper line defensive midfielder that played in front of the back 4. I've detailed here their average position within their 4-3-3. One of the central midfielders pushes on to become a very high position midfielder. And at the same time, their left winger positioned almost like a second number 9, always on the highest line. So it was a 4-3-3, but very fluent in how they moved within their shape. So we'll see here from this goal kick, they're not afraid to go long, right? Especially if the US sat with a high line. Very pacey players that I've highlighted here, the number 9 and number 11. The key piece to this, though, was whenever there was attacking movement from the number 9, the number 11 worked inside underneath him. Okay, on the weak side now, the right winger who started deeper would join at the back post, and that central midfielder would often just join at the top of the box to give them options should they cut it back or have to move the ball. Again, we'll see here in this particular build, they work it into the left winger rather, whose through ball again is supported by an underlap and run, and then at the back post he also has 2 options to play to. We'll see here as that number 11 works in unmarked at the top of the box. Very unfortunate not to score here, but lots of pace, lots of ability in that front line. Okay, we'll see in this particular transition, again the right winger now has worked himself inside. The left winger's making again another underlap and run underneath the 9, who does a great job of linking, and look at the speed of support now to get high and supporting them. So again, very fluent in how they moved, didn't stay within that rigid position. However, defensively, they were very, very rigid. They sat, the number 6 dropped in the back line to make it a 5 in the back. The 2 wingers dropped in to make it a midfield line of 4. And the number 9's positioning was excellent centrally, basically to stop that number 6 receive the ball and pick up possession easily. So in this particular graphic, we'll see where basically the Brazilian team wanted to counter-attack through those 3 central channels, playing off the number 9's movement and seeing the number 11 join underneath him. So this is one particular shot that you'll see here. There's a very distinct line of confrontation, but the position of the 3 men in midfield was key to this, in that they wanted to not only add layers to the game within their rigid formation, but stop any central passages of play, forcing the US to go long like they did in this particular clip. So let's break that down a little bit further. Especially in the first half, it was a very cat and mouse affair as to who was going to go forward and who was then going to counter-attack. So the US used that ball back to the keeper to reset play an awful lot. Right, they were very patient in how they worked the ball. And we'll see here in Brazil's medium block is somewhat of a higher line, but look how close they are together. Okay, ideally for the US now, they break a line and make that vertical pass into the midfielder. But again, they're very patient, they move the ball. What I thought was key here, and we'll see when it gets to the fullback now, it's a trigger point for the Brazilian team to now set a trap and squeeze the ball high. Look at how they all shift together as a group and lift the back line to the half line and force the US now to play longer passes. Okay, so after what looked like 3 or 4 square balls of moving it, now Brazil have it and they're able to go forward and attack centrally. Okay, little variation to the play here. We'll see again the US shift the ball left to right. And we mentioned in that particular shot earlier, the number 9 wanted to play off the shoulder. So at times they were able to read that and play that ball over the top. As we'll see in this clip though, it was offside, but the goalkeeper was very alert to those balls over the top as well. Okay, so another little variation in this cat and mouse game that we saw for a lot of the first half. Okay, was again that ball into the central area, the 9 checking into the midfield line essentially, which worked exactly in Brazil's favour because they now could crowd him out, smother the ball, and again now make those central counter-attacks that they wanted to basically go against the 2 men that were left in the US team in the back line. Okay, another variation to the play here. Again, we'll see a midfielder dropping into the back line. So it almost looks like the US are playing with a back 3 here. Their positioning now allows another player to find a different angle to play it forward, and as we'll see, he finds that diagonal ball that's now created a 2v1 on the outside. Okay, the Brazilian right winger was caught too high, and now the fullback's able to get forward. Further variation we'll see here is the central midfielder checking into what looks like an outside channel but is in theory an inside channel. He draws the Brazilian midfielder to come to the ball, and now they're able to expose that space. Okay, and that's what the US were waiting for. They were being patient to try and find that central pocket to then penetrate through the number 9. This particular shot didn't work out for them, but again, a fantastic example of what the US were trying to do with their movement of the ball. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the goals. We'll see here just a real mistake from the Brazilian number 4. number 7 for the US latched onto it very, very quickly and applied a terrific finish. Very uncharacteristic for the Brazilian defenders throughout this game, but in this particular goal, you'll see here he switched off for a second. The US capitalised. Terrific ball here from the right winger for the US team to split the back line. And again, look at the number 9's movement here to get in behind the back line and find that pass. But more importantly, just an excellent finish in what's a very, very hard angle to score a goal. Okay, we'll see here he's running on to a straight pass with a diagonal run. Right now, initially he's moving away from the goal, so his finish looks even more impressive in that moment. This is in the final moments of the game here. US are driving forward. They split the Brazilian backline again through that left back, left centre back positioning. Terrific take by what's a new number 9 that's been subbed on. This is a great finish. Right, fantastic way to round off a game and take the trophy.